So for hip extension, we want the leg to be behind our body. Just by putting it behind your body, this hip probably is a bit more extended now, but we're going to make it even better, more precise. So lift your back heel a little bit and straighten your back knee, keeping 2 points of contact with your back foot. As you bring your pelvis forwards, heel can lift, but the ball of your foot should stay down. Now the intention is to get your pelvis right under your head and feel the front of your hip here flattening open and getting a little bit of a stretch. And that stretch there isn't the goal, but it's the indication that your hip is extending. Now, what makes this different than hip flexors stretching generally as exercises in the gym is that the hip flexor stretch is generated by your pelvis traveling onto your front foot like it would happen when you walk. So do you see how if you find your center of mass just with your fingertips, it's moving forwards onto your front foot. There's actual displacement of your mass here versus if you just have your feet really wide apart, you can find a hip flexor stretch already, but there's no actual movement of your body through space. So it's not really teaching how to find length through the hip flexors like you would with each step that you take, because that requires that your center of mass is able to travel forwards through space. So that's what I'd like you to visualize here. As you bring your pelvis forwards, find the flattening at the front of the hip and feel that forwards displacement towards your front leg. Now, as you do that, don't let your back knee bend. Don't let your heel lift so high that you lose contact with the ball of your foot. But with your wedge there, you should have a bit easier of a time with that. Now, you might need to try a little bit of a posterior tilt with your pelvis if it's really hard to get your butt right under your head. But try not to squeeze your butt muscles to do this. Just allow your pelvis to move forwards through space. I want you to make sure that you're not arching your back, leaning forwards with your body. I also did a deep dive many weeks ago to troubleshoot this exercise. So there is support for you if you're finding these are challenging to do.